Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raylan and thank you for joining the Hustle Network. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video talking all about side hustles, ways to make money, and just the freedom. You know how that goes. Anyways, we're going to talk today about cleaning services. I started my own cleaning company I think about a year ago. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of how I got started, my experience with it, how I was able to get contracts, etc. Now, the reason for this video is I know a lot of people, you know, they kind of are still trying to navigate of where they fit in, where they want to make extra money at, trying to find, you know, what is the right kind of business for them. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and get into it. So what made me start a cleaning business? Honestly, I was at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom. You guys know I work from home. And it can be a lot on you mentally. And I was looking to kind of venture out. I was looking to kind of be able to get away from the kids for a little while and kind of have me time. Even though I was still working, you know, you kind of need that break mentally. I was new to Michigan still. Even though I've been here probably about 2 years, I still don't do much. So that, you know, it kind of it's a lot. So I ended up saying, you know what, I'm going to start this cleaning company. I was calling every property place who owned apartments. I was calling apartment complexes, letting them know like, hey, I do turnovers. I was calling local and small businesses near me. I was calling dental office, lawyer's office, just all kinds, just straight out cold calling, emailing. Follow-ups, etc. I got to the point where I was like, man, like, I don't even know, you know, like, cold calling is already, that one I still struggle with, and I was calling, like, theater places and places that, like, throw big parties and maybe stuff needs to be cleaned up, and I wasn't getting any luck. I wasn't giving up, but I just wasn't getting any luck. I decided to go ahead and start off with a Google My Business, introduce my business, giving discounts, giving deals, the whole shebang. I wasn't getting anything from there, so I thought I'd, you know, post on Craigslist and things like that. I did end up posting on Craigslist. I did get someone who wanted me to clean their Airbnb in like Inkster, Michigan, and I'm not really sure how far Inkster is from here. I can't remember when I did look it up. It didn't end up working out. She ended up canceling on me. So that sucked. That was a bummer. I ended up trying to reach out to people on Airbnb and that didn't work either. So I said, you know what? I'm going to look on Craigslist and I'm going to look through gigs, the labor, domestics, etc. So I ended up finding a post saying like, hey, are you looking to make $300-400 a week, providing cleaning services, you're an independent contractor, etc. So I decided to go ahead and reply to that post, and in doing that, I ended up getting an email, and this email was like 2 weeks later, and someone had said like, hey, we are looking for independent contractors to clean the Banfield pet hospitals near us. You know, you need to meet up at the location, give us your price quote, let us know if you're interested. I immediately jumped on it, like less than 5 minutes. Said I was available ASAP. I can go today, tomorrow, whenever you guys need me, I can go. She was actually really happy that I responded quickly, because stuff like that, you have to jump on it. You can't sit there and wait and keep wondering in your head like, I don't know, so. You got to be hungry for it, okay? That's a rule. So I ended up doing that, and what ended up happening was, she told me the location. She said, go check it out. Give me your price quote for 3 days a week. They need sweep mop and buffering the floor. I'm like, okay, I don't have no experience with buffering, but let's go. So I ended up leaving. I ended up just kind of dressing into something professional looking. I was worried. I was like, because sometimes I'm always about what you look like to other people when you are trying to get them as a customer, a client, offering services, etc. Like, I always just want my look to look clean, professional, etc. Of course, right? So I ended up just going in there. I was hoping that he wouldn't ask me too many questions, but I was more so going to go ask him questions. and take notes, which I did. I took a clipboard, a pad. I had a series of questions. How long did it take? How was your last experience? Were there any issues? Because I wanted to know, so I knew that if I were to provide these services, I don't want any issues. What are some things that they really want to focus on during the cleaning process? Things like that. So I met up with the doctor. He was pretty chill, pretty cool. You can tell that they were busy. So we spoke briefly. He told me, it didn't take long at all. The other last guy, he would show up sometimes and he wouldn't show up sometimes, and it was an issue and they were looking for someone else. Now, mind you, the company that they were using, the Banfield Pet Hospital, the company that they were using was this big company that was doing what I do. So they were offering commercial and residential cleaning, and they were looking for independent contractors to go out and do these cleaning services, right? See, just what I was talking about earlier prior to this. I mean, come on, you guys need to be listening. So what ended up happening was I ended up thinking about, because I was still like, I don't know how much to start. I don't know how long it's going to take to buffer a floor. So prior to this appointment, I was looking at videos, how to buffer a floor and all these other things. And I ended up coming back and I'm like, all right, we can do about 105 a week, I think I said. Either 105 or 110 a week. And I was only using my own buffing machine and pads and cleaning solution for the pads. I wasn't providing any broom, sweep, or anything like that. He was providing all of that, and he had that specifically there. So I ended up getting those anyway, broom, sweep, dustpan, and I was stuck with, where am I going to get a buffer? I ended up going to this local place that offers cleaning supplies for, cleaning businesses. So I ended up making an account there, and I was like, how much are you guys' buffing machines? Tell me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even thousands of dollars for a buffing machine. And I'm like, I don't even know if this is something I even want to do. You know what I mean? And this is only one contract. Not to say that I was limiting myself. Of course, I would be crazy to even put out that kind of money for something I haven't even had no experience or tried with, right? So I ended up looking on Facebook Marketplace, found one for $150, and I was at the point where I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go pick this thing up, and I was gonna ask the guy, questions, because he had the machine. I was like, how does this thing work, etc., etc. So for the first week of service, I didn't do the buffing because I didn't do any buffing at all because I hadn't had any experience doing buffing, and I wanted to get it down pat. I did not want to put anything on anybody else's floor, especially a business, and cause any issues of any type. So what I ended up doing was looking as many videos as possible. I ended up doing the sweeping, the mopping, and I was skipping the buffing for a first week, and they knew it. And so they told the company reached out, and I just simply said, hey, yeah, I'm waiting on my new machine to come in the mail because the last one broke. We should be good all next week. So here comes next week. I ended up wasting money like on 4 different products, and none of them worked. And I just kept researching and researching and researching and researching to the point where it was driving me insane to figure out, like, why can't I figure this shit out? You know what I mean? And I'm calling the cleaning company down the road. I'm like asking, like, what should I use? And this other stuff and that. So they kind of told me some recommendations, and those were even wrong. So I ended up finding like an old video on YouTube. Guys in flip-flops buffing floors for an apartment. And long and behold, that was the right product. So I ended up starting to do that. So I was sweeping, mopping, and buffing the floors. And even though my buffing machine wasn't as strong, it was a 15, 16 inch buffing machine. It wasn't that strong. It wasn't like one of those heavy duty ones. The floor didn't look like it could look. I know that it can look. And that was an issue because I was like there for a few months, and the guy came to me and he's like, hey, I was wondering if you're able to get this out and this out. And I was like telling him, like, I've tried getting all those things out, but I can't. Like, I'll literally go over them. But I knew that it had to have been my machine. And so I reached out to this cleaning store again. And they told me, you know, you need something a lot stronger to get out stains like that. And I'm like, oh, hell. Like, I didn't even get paid that much for me to go and invest into a machine like that. So I ended up kept just doing what I was doing. The guy was still happy with my services. And it was 3 times a week. It took about an hour and a half to do the services. I would start in the back and then go to the front with sweeping, with mopping, and also buffing. Now, my experience was great. Like, it was super, super easy. And they ended up telling me later on, like, hey, we have another store, you know, 30 minutes out if you want it. Go check it out. We're paying this much. Let us know if that pricing works for you. So that one was a hard one for me. I will tell you why. Okay, I don't know if their floor was not right, but it definitely was totally different from this other office. Now, mind you, the other office was a lot older. You can definitely tell as soon as you walked in. This one was a lot newer, same business, Banfield, but the floors in there were just like, it was like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it had been stripped and not right. Like, the doctor ended up telling us like something that happened with the floors, it needed to be stripped again or something like that. I can't really remember everything, but I told her, you know, I don't have experience with that. So, the doctor would come and say like, hey, are the floors being cleaned and stuff like that? Because it still looks like there's this and this on it. And I literally just did not know. Like, I was trying. I was literally trying to see if there's anything else I can do. And it still looked, as for that office as well, that I needed a better machine. So, long story short, I told him that I couldn't do it. I ended up trying to contract it out and stuff like that. But with the amount of money that the bigger company was paying me, it wasn't allowing me to be able to contract out that cleaning service. So I ended up just letting it go, and I still was cleaning this other office. And I was also getting contracts by doing the Craigslist thing. So there was this other place based in California, and they wanted me to clean, I believe, the MAC store, the Sephora or MAC store that was like 40 minutes out. And then I also got another contract for cleaning what store was that? Not Victoria's Secret. I think it was like Journeys or something like that, at the local mall that's near me, like 10 minutes away. So that's why I'm telling you guys, like, you guys can do this. Anybody can do this. It's really just using resources. It's all about reaching out, and it's all about not giving up. Like, what if I had gave up during the cold calling? What if I never went to Craigslist? You know what I mean? So also another great thing that I would definitely say that you definitely need to do is getting t-shirts. In the beginning, I didn't get t-shirts, but as soon as I got that contract, best to believe I got some t-shirts, because I would never, especially working at nighttime, you don't want police rolling up or thinking that you're suspicious looking to them, whether it's the color of your skin or just because you look suspicious or just because they have nothing to do, right? So you always want to look uniformed, professional. It just takes you a long way, because imagine if I wasn't, they're asking me a bunch of questions and things like that. It's just unnecessary. Or say that you're a man, whatever, it makes a difference. And I never want to be in any type of situation, and I pray to God that I don't, but it can happen, okay? Also, the buffing machine, it eventually ended up breaking, and I eventually had to throw it away. But that's pretty much it, you guys. That's kind of the story of that. Do I offer cleaning anymore? I do not. I think that I am going to start picking it back up. I think I'm just dibble-dabbling in so many things that I need to focus on one thing each day or 2 things each day and kind of getting back to that. But I just want to show you guys, like, even me, I'm a mom, 2 kids. I was getting these contracts doing this type of stuff. And if this is something like, if you wanted to go with the contract thing, you definitely can. Like, if you want to be the independent contractor and, like, say you want to make all the money and you don't want to have to, you know, contract it out, you totally can. Go through people that already have these big companies and are just trying to contract out the cleaning services, because it works out. Now, if you're looking to starting up your own cleaning company and you are looking at businesses and stuff like that and calling, I would suggest you looking at new businesses that have just opened up, businesses that you pass by and they're still doing painting or renovation, because those companies are more likely have not set up their cleaning services yet, and you are more likely to have a chance versus someone who's been in business for so long and they already have cleaning services already set. Yeah, you can run into the people that are kind of tired of the people that they already have, but more than likely, go ahead and start offering your services to businesses that are about to open up, or looking to open up, or almost done, or businesses that are just up and running now, and, you know, let them know about your services. So I want to go ahead and show you guys what I used, because this could also be like a service that you can offer businesses, is like, hey, you know, we can buffer, sweep, and mop, excuse me, and do it like as a special. So you can see these are like the things that I had inside my trunk. So I ended up using this stuff, which this is the Z-Thread Spray Buffing Solution by Zep. This one was great. As you can see, this one was wrong, this one was wrong, this one was wrong. I ended up getting just the wrong stuff in general. These are the pads that I would get. I would think I would get like a pack of 5 or 6 for like, I forget how much. I have to look at an old invoice, but I would get a box of them each week, and I think it was like maybe three or 4 in a box, like a small box that just fitted these 15-16 inch pads. This is what the buffing machine would lay on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video, because I'm coming with those videos every single week. Thank you for watching the Hustle Network.